Replit has released this new thing called Agent 3, and the promise is really big. So we're going to do a first look at this to see if this can actually generate apps for us in one shot. It's supposed to also do some automatic testing for us to make sure that when we give it just a simple explanation of what type of app we want to do, we're going to go ahead and just give that to Replit Agent. And for those who aren't familiar, Replit Agent is like an interface like this. It just came out today, and we're going to be taking a first look at this type of thing. It's supposed to also have some additional automations. So if we want to do some things like maybe set up a Slack bot and so forth, doing that in the past used to require so much developer knowledge and like searching through documentation. And I can't tell you how many times I've used like Claude Code and these other agents to try to like help me figure that out. And it's usually not that straightforward. So they just did some demonstrations of hooking that up. It's also supposed to connect to a bunch of other data sources like your emails and other automations. So you don't have to like configure these types of things, which would be really nice to do. So there's a lot of promise, and there's been a lot of things that have been released, and this is going to be a live stream first look at getting this set up, and we're just going to go along and see how it is. So normally if you're taking a look at this type of agent, it looks like the pricing for this is going to be $25 a month, and if you pay yearly it's $20 a month, but this is going to get you about $25 of monthly credits. I'm not actually exactly sure what this means in terms of like how many credits, but we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what that, and it gives us access to these models. And so this is their big announcement that they did. There's it says, I think there's also other automations that we can go ahead and take a look at there. If you want to try it out, I do have a link in the description here. It's basically rfer.me/replit. So this, if you just click this link here, it's going to basically get you, $10 of credit, and it's just my referral link that I use for this. This is my own stream. I paid with my own money, and this is going to be our first look here. So I signed up already for the plan here, and I'm just going to get rid of this guy, and we're going to take a look. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is, what I want to see if I can do is, like, I'm here in the home page. I've already signed up for the agent, and we have a couple different things we can do, like data app, web app, and these other things. And then it looks like we can select our themes as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and close this for now. And so I'm just going to go ahead and give it an idea that I want to describe. So the idea I'm thinking here is, I thought maybe we'd do a couple different things. One, I think it'd be kind of good to see if we can start out with a simple app, maybe like an app that would keep track of my friend's puppy, and every single day they're doing some weighing ins, and because it's just like 6 to 8 weeks old. And then I also want to see if I can have it take a photograph and store it there, so that way you can go back later on and maybe stitch together a video. So just a simple app like that would be kind of fun to start out. The second app I want to try to make is make one where for where I'm volunteering, people have these like lists of emails that they do when they go to like a fair, and they get people to sign up for the email list because they're kind of old school. And so I want to see if I can hook that up to an API like Mistral, and see if I can kind of scan that type of thing and put that up. And the third app I want to make that's a little bit increasing in difficulty here, but this is actually requested by my friend, Tech Friend, and we want to make an app where we can get the YouTube videos and create these little custom clips. So you should be able to kind of generate better titles and give us these types of suggestions, and that'll be a full-fledged Next.js app. So I want to see and put Replit through the limits and see, can we make a simple app? Can we make an app with increasing difficulty? And then can we make like a full-fledged web app there? And that'd be kind of an interesting look as far as like what we're going to do. I'm going to try to pack a bunch of things in this next hour, but I'm going to see if I can go ahead and start describing these things here. So let's see. I want to make a web app that will keep track of my puppy. Every day I want to be able to take a photo and insert how much my puppy weighs. And at the end of it, I want to eventually make a video, but first I just want to keep track day to day how much my puppy weighs, so that I can understand how it's growing. And it's also kind of fun to look back at the memories of the different photos and the sizes over time. So I didn't give it any database information or anything like that. I'm literally just kind of giving it this type of thing. I'm just going to increase the font so that it makes it more readable for y'all to see what I'm basically typing in. And then I'm going to see if there's an improved prompt thing. I'm going to copy this just in case it goes away, and we'll see. Let's see. I don't understand what happened here. So I hit the little prompt improver, and I don't think it did anything. Improved prompt? Okay. Well, let's just start the chat and see what happens. There's a bug. All right, so let's see. It's currently in a planning phase, and it says puppy growth log is kind of what it's got going on here. So one of the advantages that I saw in the video demo was the fact that this can go on through several iterations without me interrupting it. And this is kind of what I'm really looking forward to, because a lot of times I'm basically designing my app so that it lands on the first feature and then I test it and then I land on the next feature and I keep testing it. So if the promise here is that it's supposed to do that for me, I kind of want to know, like, how much is this thing really going to cost, right? If we do all these types of things, well, am I going to still have enough credits to generate this really simple app, right? What's my credits going to look like after the app generation? And what does this look like when it's more complicated type of thing? So it's understanding what my plan is right now. It says, I'll help you create a web app to keep track of your puppy growth. With daily weight loss, it sounds like a wonderful way to document your puppy's development. Let me search the relevant integrations that might help with this image storing and handling. That's really cool that it did that for me. I think that's a really great idea that it does that. And so it says it's a modern web app. It doesn't really say what. Primary focus, and then integrations would be app storage. Okay, it doesn't really tell me more about that. So it says daily photo with date and timestamp, drag and drop interface. Okay, weight logging from the date weight fields, timeline view showing chronological photos and weight entries, growth chart, photo gallery, simple data entry, responsive design optimized for mobile tracking. I think that looks pretty good. I know it's just for me, it's my personal plan. I feel like if I want to turn this to a real web app, I can do that, but let's just go ahead and see if we can get one build going. I've created a feature list, and so this says it'll take 20 minutes if we just build the entire app. Or we can start with the design. Let's just YOLO this and start to build the entire app. So now that I click start building, I don't know what happened. Okay, so plan approved, and then we're going to watch it go. And so for those who are just tuning in, we're basically taking a look at the Replit agent. Tech friend, hey yo, that's me. Yeah, that's you. Thanks for joining in. Howdy, what's cooking? So we're checking out the latest Replit agent, and there's a big promise here about it generating our web app just with one shot. So I'm going to see if I can build 3 apps today on this stream. I only have like less than an hour before I have to head on out, and so I want to see if I can give it multiple plans. So now that it says plan approved, I don't know what's going on. So it's supposed to be doing its next thing. I basically just gave it a really vague prompt, and it's supposed to then, it gave us 2 options, one to build the entire app or one to iterate on the design. So it just depends on how much of the design you want to go with, and that'll be it. What would that monitor what kind of titles are going viral these days? I think that'd be really cool, Amjad, to see if that YouTube generator app that we're going to generate can do that for us. Because why not, right? I mean, if we're going to have an AI agent build our stuff for us, why not do that, right? Let's see. Okay, so I don't really understand what's happening here as far as like the interface. Let me just kind of, yeah. It seems to be stuck at plan approved. I don't see what else is going on. Let's see. If I go over here, let's see, Replit, refresh. I have no clue what's going on. Okay, so there was a bug here. It says plan approved, and then, so if I go okay, now it's doing its thing. Okay, welcome to the updated workspace. Yeah, 20 minutes, exactly. Yeah, we've moved a few things around, still place to turn your ideas into reality, let's explore what's new. Okay, so meet Replit Agent. Agent will be your main partner in creation. Use these menus to customize your experience. So there's a modes thing, so switch between build, plan, and edit. I don't know where that is, maybe it's down here, okay. And then tools, modify the agent's capabilities. So that's probably down here, okay. The next thing is open tools and files. Let me just see builds, okay. If I go back and I go here, I just want to see, so we can build and ask, or the tools would be like app testing. Okay, so this is cool. So it looks like it has like an app testing type of thing, runs autonomous tests to verify functionality. Okay, that's interesting. And then max autonomy, which deepens the scope of the agent's task to maximize the autonomy recommended for larger apps. Okay, so I mean, this is a really simple app, so I don't think it's going to be super crazy. And then there's a high power model, $$, 5x the cost. Users a higher accuracy model. That is interesting. Let me just go ahead and open the information on that, and then we'll kind of get back to that, because I feel like that'll be good to know. And then this is other types of integration. So it has web search and image generation. Okay, cool. That's interesting. And so open tools and files so that you can open up databases, authentication, integrations, plus much more. And then now we can publish our project too when we want to do that live. That's awesome. So as of now, it looks like it should be generating design guidelines. So this is cool. So that this is kind of be doing its thing. Looking forward to the results. Yeah, this is a really simple app. And I want to see if I can generate another app as well. Interesting, not state-of-the-art model as default. Um, yeah, we'll see. I mean, does it even matter at this point, to be honest? Do I need a state-of-the-art model for something like this? I feel like um, yes and no, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like um, if I'm going to be like coding with Replit Agent, um, I, I I don't know. Like, I feel like they kind of figure it out for me, right? I to be like let me put some sauce on this right now. So the way I'm thinking about this is that a lot of the times I just have an idea for an app, and even though I'm an engineer, I don't really want to spend a lot of time like iterating on the prompts, right? And one of my favorite things right now that I just saw is that I know we're building the app that's just straight on full YOLO, but the second thing that I saw as an option was to work on the design. So if I want to be a design focused person, I can just flip to that mode and just iterate on that experience that I really want, because that's usually a lot of what I'm doing in Claude Code anyways. So I'm usually going to the design, I want to iterate on that, and then I work on the back end, the database, and pulling this other stuff up. Sometimes I just want a simple app like this. Like I just want to tell it to say, I want to keep track of my puppy. Right now I'm writing the weight down on a spreadsheet, this date weighs this much. And it's not as exciting than like taking a photo from my phone. So then I have, data in two different places, right? So why not have it on the web and deploy it and have my own personal link? I think that's kind of, this is a micro app. So the next app that we're going to make is going to be something a little bit bigger, referencing an API. And then the other app that we're going to make is going to be like full on SaaS app. And that'll be really interesting to see like how it really starts to go down these different rabbit holes, if it does that at all, and kind of what that would look like for us, playing around with this type of thing. So yeah, we're basically watching it kind of take a look at this model here, and I'm just experimenting with my little camera angles because this is really fun to do. Run the same prompt on GPT-5 versus 4.1 and just, oh, I see. Yeah, and see what they do. Yeah, Replit is great for ambiguous prompts. I also find like the infrastructure would be really interesting to see how they actually kind of compose this app for me, right? So this is going to include the features, growth realization, visualization, weight logging, daily upload, data entry. So let's just take a look at some of these files. So it looks like it already generated a design guideline, and then the server has like a server type of thing. It's writing a lot of code. That's really interesting. Wow. Wow. Replit sidecar endpoint, object storage. Damn, this is wild. I didn't specify the language, by the way. I just told it to just cook. So there's a Tailwind config. Okay. I didn't tell it any Shatsy. I didn't tell it nothing. I said, I want to make an app, like go. And that's generally what I want to do. I don't always want to spend a lot of time prompting. And it said it'll take 20 minutes. So I'd be really curious to see the first run and see it kind of test itself. So it says preview will be available soon, just built-in database, just in case here. Stats cards. It's cooking. It's really cooking here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm low-key impressed. Like it's come a long way. Do they use specific model in the back end, or is it mixture? I really don't know. And I think that the models that they give us access to, they say there's a high power model. So let's take a look and read that while we're waiting here. I'm gonna try to see if I can open this up side by side so we can kind of read it while we're waiting for the information to be displayed here. So I'm going to get this like this, and put this over here, and then watch it generate its code over there, and we'll see what's up. So it says high power model. And then, yeah, I think we're going to do this type of thing. And please bear with me as I kind of get some of this arrangement set up here. So I think I'll just do this way. Yeah, I'm trying a new live stream setup because this is the setup I'm going to be using when I'm going to be on the remote. So I'm basically just going to take this camera and these microphones with me, like on the beach somewhere, and we're going to be chilling. So, damn, are we already done with the app? Bro. Okay, what does it say now? Okay, so it's done with a lot of the code. Let me check the code issues and fix them. So it looks like it's done with this first phase of doing the code. and it's now doing like a DB push. So yeah, it's like definitely got its own little thing. Google Cloud Storage, puppy dashboard. Wait, are we done with the app? Before we even got to read, the app is not ready yet. Agent's working on it. Yo, that's wild. This is cool. I don't even have to like prompt it to fix the bugs. It's doing it itself, right? I think this is the agentic dream. You know, it's really interesting because like being an engineer, having like to tell Cursor all the time what to do. Not that it's exhausting, but like I just like this experience of throwing a prompt up and just seeing what happens. And I had no clue what to expect, by the way. By the way, no one's paying me to do any of this type of stuff. This is just my own money and my own opinion. So I can say whatever I want, and no one's sponsoring this, and we're just gonna figure this out together. So I had a lot of trouble with the earlier versions of their agent from 1.0 to 2.0. And to be honest, I kind of gave up on Replit. I was like, unless they fix it, I'm not going to try it again. So this came with a lot of promise, and I'm just trying to enter this like completely unbiased again. Like if I'm, starting new, what would I do? And these are the types of real problems I have, and I just kind of want to see it through. So let's see, what are they? This is called dynamic intelligence. Oh, so this is what they're calling it. Oh, okay. Let's take a look at the app. Wow. So this is the puppy tracker app. So now the app is running, let's take a screenshot and see how it looks. It's actually, this is kind of what the agent's doing here now. Huh. Wow. So open the new tab, open a new tab to test the automation and file uploads. Oh, this is cute. Okay. So obviously I didn't set a theme. I just told it to just do its thing. But if I wanted to, I just click this theme button and it looks like I can update the theme for this entire app simply just by going into here. Oh, that's pretty cool. So this is the foundation, and then these are like the colors and the typography and stuff. So I can just change it to like Poppins or something like that. That's pretty cool. Let me go back. I just want to make sure I'm kind of following along here. So it did 7 minutes of work. Okay, Replit Agent. Let's see. Let me just kind of go back here. Let's see what's going on. Just want to make sure I get this here. So let me just read through. Ensure app functionality, add photo. So these are like the proposed tasks, and it's actually asking me how it's doing. It says, hey, let's see, I took a screenshot, roll back here. These are the changes. This is the preview. And then it says data persistence means your app remembers information. Without a database, users would lose everything each time. And so this is 7 minutes of worth of work. And this tells me how many, it charged me $2. Okay, so it charged me $2 for this entire run. And I have $25 worth of credits because that's what I signed up for. It was the $25 a month plan. And so this generated this much lines, and it's like, cool. So does this app work? Let's go ahead and check it out. It still has proposed tasks to ensure the complete app functionality, add photo comparison, implement data export, which I don't really need, create milestone tracking. This is cute, like first walk, first bath, training achievements, add weight, implement video implementation. Like I don't necessarily need that, but this is like a really simple database thing. And you can see actually this is kind of a mobile app in some funny way because it has timeline photos. It's already kind of ready for that. Wow. And then if I go this way wider, you see it turns into a desktop app. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's just go ahead and like enter the weight, like 7 pounds or something. Yo, oops. Her first name, she walked, walked, oh, walked down the stairs today. Save entry. Okay, so invalid received date, expected date, received string, Zod error. So I'm gonna just go ahead and fix this Zod error. So it's not letting us enter this type of thing. I wonder why. So I don't have any access to DevTools. Can I see the error? Okay, error, elements, network, puppies, post. So what does it say? Expected, invalid type, expected date, received string path, date expected, received string Zod error. But today's date is already marked here as 9/11, right? But it's 10th. Okay. Does that matter? Save entry? Yeah, it still errors out. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can continue to fix the errors. I don't see a way to do that. Let's see. So I'm gonna put this back here just so we can see again. So I'm having some issues with the app because like while it's ready to go, it didn't really actually let me save the entry. And so I know I'm supposed to put like a photo in here, but I just sometimes you don't have a photo and I just want to go. So let's go ahead and see. I created a continue building. So I say continue building, and let's see. I tried to put an entry without a photo and got this error. Please fix it. And then paste the error, and then we should be able to go, right? So now I'm just telling it to fix the bugs. Fix the bugs! Because that should be like the most basic thing it does. Um, I was expecting the agent, to be honest, like while it was able to fix the first set of errors, the second set of errors is like the data entry. And from the video demos I saw the agent go and like autonomously like select the fields and then input stuff into the fields. And so I didn't see that here, and I'm not really sure why. Um, and I think that would be super helpful to do like improve in the future, because this app testing is already enabled and it should automatically run these autonomous tests. And so I don't feel like I don't understand what this max autonomy does, you know? Like, yeah, interesting. So let's just see what it says here. I see the issue. Okay, this is an issue with the data field. Okay, so now it's actually testing the app. That's pretty cool. So I'm starting a browser to begin testing. My thoughts will show up here. So this is what I saw in the demo. So that's really interesting. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Ray, had any experience with GitHub Spec Kit? And I have not. I don't think they disclose which model. What's up? What's going on? I love it. I guess it took 7 minutes. How much is the credit? It costs $2 in credits for getting it this far. So right now it's spinning up a web agent for me, and it's actually going to do this exact test that I gave it. That's actually pretty cool. I love that it's doing this for me right now. And so I'm going to minimize this, but we can see their agent. It's actually doing the exact run in this container somewhere. And this is Replit Agent doing that. I have no clue how much this bug fix is going to cost me, but I'm really curious. I've successfully filled out a form with today's weight of 2.5 pounds and some notes. And now I'm about to hit save entry button and see if there's anything. So this is like iterating on itself, and it's actually spun up a little website. This is crazy cool. So let's see if it says anything from the agent. No, it's restarted the app. I wonder if it made any bug changes. Okay, so now it's going to try again. Let's see. This is really fun to watch, not going to lie. Have you tried Manus AI yet? I haven't tried the recent version of Manus. I know they come up a lot. It looks like a browser MCP. No, this is a computer use agent. So they can spin up an agent in AWS and then, or a container. That's probably their own custom container. And this looks like a computer use agent that's actually navigating the mouse and clicking in it. So if you go to like computer.new, these are the guys who made, like you can spin one up in like 5 seconds. And then you can start to like already order a burger, rent an apartment, or do whatever stuff, which is super awesome. And I'm pretty sure they're using the similar technology here. So what are they doing? Oh no, the page went completely blank after I tried the entry. I'm going to head back to the home page and reset things. Once the page loads properly, I'm going to try to fill out the form. And so, okay, so now it's basically iterating on itself to test this feature. This is kind of why I wanted to start with a really simple web app, to see how it can even produce the app, number one, and then see what are the results from the testing. Is it even like I was expecting this type of test to happen right after the first iteration, but it didn't really do that. So what's the biggest difference when you work with LLMs on Replit versus Lovable? I've only briefly worked with Lovable, and I think Replit, like Agent 3 is a whole new harness. And I know that Lovable has their preferred partners like Supabase and Stripe and all these other integrations built in. And so this is something that I don't really know yet completely with Replit Agent. I know that Replit Agent is supposed to have its own capability to work with other repos as well. So it looks like it's trying to do this exact action now to fill out the form again. And it's now actually selecting the different types of stuff here. So let's see. I'm trying to save this entry. The unit dropdown is open. I'll select pounds this time, and I'll add my notes, and I'll finally hit save. Hopefully this time I'll go through smoothly and show me exactly. And so what does it say? Cool. This is crazy. Oh, we couldn't reach this app. Okay, did it close itself down? I think it fixed the app. Error. So it restarts the app, and now I think it's asking me to test this thing. So, all right. So this is where I'm really curious. Like, so we spent $2 so far, and then we've basically got the app to display, but it had an error because it couldn't write to the database because of some code issue. And so now it says it did 4 minutes of work. Let's see how much that cost us. So that cost us 77 cents to fix the bug. So far we're at $2.77, and we have 7 minutes worth of work plus 4 minutes. So now we're basically at 11 minutes worth of work that we've done. And so I should basically have this basic puppy tracker, and I should enter the weight like 2.5, whoops, 2.5. Walked. Oh, it's not really working here. Walked downstairs. I should save the entry. Great. So it should see days tracked, milestones. Okay. So I don't have any recent photos here, but so far we have one, and then growth progress is this from 9/10. And then if I wanted to upload a photo, I can just say choose photo, must be greater than 1. Okay, so it doesn't let me do anything. So 2.7, and I'll just pretend like it's the 12th, and then choose photo. Oh, it saves it's okay. This is really confusing. Open a new tab. Maybe just open up a new tab. That'll probably be easier. Okay, so now I have my full-blown app. I don't have it inside the thing. This is a temporary development preview. Links are not for public use. Deploy your app to use a secure link. Okay, so it did have the 2 entries here, and it has a plus £2. So I think what I want to do is choose the photo. It doesn't let me do anything. It's a 2.75. 75. Okay, choose photo. Oh, there's a bug. Okay, so whenever I type in the weight, I don't hit save entry. I go choose photo, and then the choose photo saves the entry. Oh, oh no. Do I want to go down this rabbit hole right now? Do I want to go down? Okay. Yeah. So far, whenever I like the next bug I'm hitting is basically I'm able to, write to the database, but now when I'm actually selecting the photo to upload, it doesn't let me select the photo unless I have a number. And if I put a number in and I select the photo, it saves it and doesn't really let me, and it clears it back to 0. Oh, this is so ugly. This is so ugly right now. Oh, and it's probably going to cost me another dollar. And this is a simple app. Like, oh, okay, let's go. So, okay, great. The issue's been fixed. I can confirm the app works now. It fixed these types of things. The core issue is JSON serialization. Okay, so I'm just going to tell it what's going on. So now I have an issue where if I try to choose a photo, I'm not able to select a photo because it wants at least some type of value in the weight field. And when I put a value in the weight field, and then when I go select a photo, it actually enters it into the database, and it then clears out the value and doesn't let me select the photo because it goes back to 0 and we're back at the same state again. And all of this time I've never hit save entry. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and send that over to go basically tell it to fix the bug. Oh my God, this is gonna be a long ass stream. Replit should sponsor you. I actually reached out to Replit because like those folks hit me up saying that they were going to release something, and I was like, hey, yeah, let's do something. And then they basically, I think the timelines were really too tight, and I didn't realize that this was going to be the release or something like that. I check out this stuff anyways, sponsored or unsponsored, and like to be honest, I'm kind of glad this is like not sponsored because I have more of an incentive to just speak my mind. Even if they did pay me, I was still like, this is really not like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like my experience right now would just be probably the same, I guess, paid or not paid. I think the only difference would be like, if I were to work with them, I'd probably have like a lot of credits or something. So they'd probably just give me a lot of credits to burn. But at the same time, like you kind of have to feel the pain too, right? Like if you are paying for it, you feel more of an obligation. You're like, am I really like gonna iterate on this bug, right? And you start to go down this rabbit hole of like, is this app just good enough for me to just throw back into another agent and start working on it, right? And so I don't know, like, yeah, that's just really weird as far as like, the experience and stuff so far. So yeah, it'd be cool to compare this with the same prompt in Replit, Lovable, and Bolt. Yeah, I think that could be interesting too. I don't really use Lovable or Bolt, so that's the other thing too. So like, I've used Replit before, and the promise here is the fact that like, this agent was supposed to be really, really smart and do all this testing for me, and that's kind of what I was expecting this one shot to be done. Like and just saying like, this is a really simple app. All you have to do is these types of things. It's very verifiable as far as like the inputs, right? We're only doing like an image, we're doing a date, we're doing some simple thing, we're saving to a database, we're keeping the track of the stuff. And it did a really like A plus in the planning part. It did the, like basically I would say like a B in terms of like execution to get the app up there, and did one iteration there. But after that, like the bugs that it's encountered have not been really helpful here to like actually verify the core functionality of the app, right? Which is, it did enter the weight, but then the whole thing is about like entering an image and so forth. So now it's saying that improved button, it just made a checkpoint and it says finished now. And it says, let me just kind of get rid of this here so I can see. It basically, to fix this bug, took 2 minutes and now we are at 49 cents. And so, yeah, that's kind of where we're at with this. So what did it say it did? So fill in the weight and notes first, choose photo, complete photo upload process, and then save entry. Okay, so if I choose like 2.8, and then this is, whoa, okay. I don't know what's going on. So I'm just gonna do something like this, GPT-5. So it says, okay, drag and drop. Okay, this is my first thing, save entry, saving. Entry saved successfully, but then I don't think it uploaded the photo. No photos uploaded yet. Upload your first photo. Oh, it says it's working as intended. Load. Oh my god, this is so horrible. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I use V0 a lot. I'm gonna give this exact prompt to V0 and just see what it does. I'm just super curious, V0.app. Oh, this is a pain in the ass. Not gonna lie. Okay, so I have 20 bucks. Let's go waste $20 here. Paste this thing in, and this exact same prompt, design system. Yeah, I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna actually hit the enhance prompt because this is what I tried to do last time and it didn't work for Replit, but I'm curious to see what it does here. I don't think it did anything. Oh, it says create a web application. It just transformed this into like, yeah, so let me just go ahead and do this here in V0 and see what it does. We move some things around, got it, okay, cool. So I'm letting V0 do its thing here. I'm at a point with Replit Agent where like this first task of making a very simple app is just now going down this really dumb rabbit hole of just basic acceptance criteria not working, right? So when I tell it to fix the bug, it says it fixed the bug, and I'm trying to see what it did in its preview to make it run, and it's not really working. So I don't understand how it's able to say it's working, but it's not. Uh, View preview, right? So yeah, if I go to view preview, and like in here, if I go to here and choose the photo or something, it doesn't even let me choose the photo. And this is okay, 2.5, choose photo. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, now this is not working. Oh, this is so bad. Okay. Oh, okay. So I tried to enter the information, upload a photo, and the photo still shows that it's selected. And it looks like when I hit save entry, it put the entry in, but I don't see the photo, and it doesn't look like the photo actually did get uploaded. So I'm just gonna keep going through here. Oh man. Yeah, Replit is not cooking right now, bro. This is not, no. Oh, hey, I did not see when you're live. Yeah, that's what the notifications aren't really going out to people who are when this is live and stuff like that. throwing that prompt into an LLM, draft a PRD, modifying the PRD, then let Claude Codex do its thing while you guide it is much better. I agree. That's kind of the point that I'm at, and this is what I was actually hoping Replit would solve. I was like, this is exactly what I do. The CW, this is that exact workflow where I go to Claude Code, I go to Opus, I give it the criteria. I said, let's go ahead and generate a PRD and just kind of let it rip. And so the one thing that I do use is that Chef thing. Like I haven't used Chef in a long time since it came out, but it'd be really cool to see if I can kind of get that working for you because I want to try that out at least. Because let me see if I can kind of get that going because Chef would be an interesting one to try out. Can like Chef finish the app before we even finish everything? So for those who don't know, Chef is like another app builder. I think it's forked off of Bolt, but it's tied to Convex. So Convex has a database built in. It has all this image stuff for uploads. And it should be able to nail down a basic app like this first try, right? So I'm going to see if I can pull that up right now for us so that we can kind of take a look. And for those who don't know, basically I'm trying out this new live stream setup with a couple different cameras. I have one here, and then I have one over here that we're kind of playing around with. And yeah, right now I'm just trying to get my Chrome browser open. And then from there, I'm just going to load up Chef as well. I'm having a little trouble kind of getting my browser set up, but we're going to get that going. Chef Convex, chef.convex.dev is the URL. And I just want to make sure I'm signed in to Convex. And then once I'm signed in and ready to go, then we'll be kind of doing the thing there. So appreciate everyone's patience. Sick keyboard, by the way. Oh my God, yes, I have the new knob keyboard. It is so fire. I love the sound from the keyboard. It's very calming. It feels like it's just very, very, very chill. And that's kind of what I appreciate about it. All right, fam, so check this out. Now we are signed in. Let's go ahead and flip it back a little bit. And so let's just kind of, I'm gonna put the same exact prompt I put into V0. I'm also gonna put it into Chef. So this prompt here, like untouched, unfiltered or whatever, I'm just gonna just say paste. And I think I already signed in, right? So sign in. I was just double checking. Sign in. Okay, yeah, I'm already signed in. Okay, cool. So paste, and I'm just gonna say go. Please sign in to continue. Come on. Sign in. I don't know what's going on. Convex. I just want to make sure I'm signed into Convex. Log in. Yeah. Chef. Oh wow, there's a bug. Huh. Um. Huh. That's strange. Uh. Yeah. So if I go to like chef.convex.dev, this should work. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's working for me right now. So this wants to connect to Supabase, and it says, I'll help you create a beautiful puppy tracking app. Okay, let me start by setting up the database integration. And it's like, so it wants to set up the database integration, create a log, create a gallery view, implement this thing. I'd say go ahead and create. I don't know if I have I should have a Supabase account. I haven't really used them in a long time. So you have 4 projects in Node. I don't want to do that right now. I'll say skip for now. And I'll just say, yeah, I'll just, because I want to add convex for this. So convex for some reason isn't working, but I'm going to try to see if I can clear out some cache there in Chrome and try like a new Chrome window. So yeah. Do you have any optimization tips with Agent 3 that won't cost me a fortune when I launch an app? Bro, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out right now. I'm just trying to get this to work, like straight out the box, you know? So let's just see what happens here after I give it the prompt to fix the thing. So I gave it the bug that I encountered, right? And I told it to fix it, which was all of this stuff here. Where was it? I told it I have an issue where I upload the photo. I'm not able to do its thing, right? And then it came back and tried to like, let's just watch the replay. I'm really curious to see like what testing it did. Watch the replay. I don't see what's going on. And it apparently fixed the bug. So and that cost me another 49 cents. So it seems like every bug fix is costing me somewhere in the range of 40 to 50 cents to fix every bug. So dang, that sucks. um, and we're not even using like the most intelligent model, and I don't feel like I'm like giving it like the craziest prompt in the world or anything like that. So let me just go to preview now and see what's going on. Let's just see what's going on with this here. Replit, come on. Okay, so now I can actually select the photo. No, it doesn't let me select the photo. Oh, this is painful. Why? Why? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what the changes are. I just want to inspect them now. Let's go ahead and take a look. Modified. Okay, so it just says on click to set the modal to true. That's it? You charge me 40 cents to just to do this? No way, bro. Unified? Really? You charge me 40 cents to just change these? Oh my God, this is not the business right now. What the It read this many lines, did 5 actions. And so the part of the charge is probably because it spun up this environment that said it verified the bug, but it's like, how did you even upload the photo? Like, bruh. Oh, this is rough right now. I can't even make a basic app that was going to upload a photo into a container. It was working earlier, I guess. Oh my God, bro. Okay, I'm going to close this tab here. Let me refresh this. I really don't know what's going on. Like, see, I the improve button behavior for uploads. Fill in your weight and notes first. Choose a photo. Okay, so let me just kind of do that. 3, so 2.5, and then I'm gonna choose a photo, and it doesn't even let me select the photo. Okay, I have filled in the weight, and when I hover my mouse, I see the drop zone highlight. But when I select the choose photo button, it doesn't do anything. You said you tested this earlier, but that doesn't seem to be true because it's still failing at the same point. Okay, so let's just go. Oh my God. Oh, so okay, let's just give some quick takes of what's going on so far. So, for those who are just tuning in, basically, I'm trying to just do a very simple app where I'm just doing a puppy logging app. I want to take a picture of my puppy and log how much it weighs and have it use today's date. And I had Replit Agent do that. It cost me about $2 to make the app. And so it got me there. And then when I entered the information, it had an issue with the actually entering the information. So it did another iteration to fix the bug for that. And once it fixed that bug, it caused several regressions. And so the regressions that it caused is now I can't really like upload a photo. And so when I went to go fix that, that's where it's able to like save the information now, but then not upload the photo. And then when we told it to fix that bug, this is what it came back. Each of those iterations cost like 44 cents, and then the other one costs almost like 50 cents or so forth. And now we still haven't fixed the bug, so it's probably going to cost me the same amount to go try to fix that bug. When I inspected the code that it was supposed to fix for the button upload, all it did was change 4 lines of code. So like to me, to be charged 40 something cents or 45 cents to fix like 4 lines of code, granted it did try to spin up environment and verify itself, really like is not a good experience. This app is not really complicated. It's a very simple app to save some information to a database, and then kind of pull that back and have it show up, in my app. And it's just logging one value, like a couple pieces of data that go in. You have a web app and so forth. And this is something that I kind of expect some of these types of, agents to do pretty seamlessly. So How about continue building the tasks? So here's the thing, J35. Like, if I don't fix this bug, then it will never work in the future. And then other bugs will creep up because this isn't working. And then you need the context for like this feature so they can continue building everything going forward. You know what I mean? So you're paying for a hefty interface of your charts. Yeah, it's convenience. Yeah. Oh man, this is not looking good. This is very frustrating experience right now. I know the Discord is a members only thing, but if you open it up, push the usual tips, etc., you'd have a bigger audience and send out stream or new videos. I am Don. The reason why it's private is actually for a reason because with my Discord, I want people who are very serious to come up in there and. I've been in so many open free Discords and it's so noisy that it's really hard to get people who are like very dedicated to doing their stuff. So a lot of people who are in the Discord are paying like $200 to $400 a month on AI services, and so like that type of people are kind of like looking for other people who are kind of in a similar boat because I'm paying a lot of money for my services as well, and I want to like just a really clean environment to do that, and I feel like a paid Discord is like the easiest way to kind of maintain that. Granted, my Discord price is actually really low comparatively, so let's go ahead and see if we have any more fixes here because it says it fixed it. Um, I don't know, man. This is just really not good. Run. Let's see. Oh, choose photo. See, the choose photo thing is still not working. Man, I just want to abandon this app. This is not a good feeling. Also, when I'm typing in, it just doesn't really work. So let me refresh this whole thing because it's not really working for me right now. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, still not working. Okay. Yeah, so it still didn't work. After doing that, it says the issue has been completely fixed. This test confirms that. Values are preserved, download, save entry. The problem is that the upload button didn't have a type button specified, so the browser's treated it as a submit by default. So let's just take a look at the code changes again. Unified. I'm just curious. Split. Let's just go. Unified. So in the code, type button, show modal true. It doesn't show up. Ah, this is rough. This is so rough. Okay. Um, yes, pun intended. Rough. Rough. Puppy. Okay. Choose photo. No, I can't choose photo. How? Let me load the preview here. I just don't understand how they verify that this is working. Okay, nothing. How about a re-roll? Oh man. I don't, I'm just gonna open up a new tab. I'm just curious. This is the same environment, right? Nothing. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Wow. Man, okay, so far this app doesn't work. And I keep wasting 50 cents every turn to fix a bug and it's not fixing the bug. Even though like it's a very simple bug to fix. Saving an entity with photo upload. And then like when I actually try to watch the replay, it doesn't really show me the replay. Watch replay. I don't know how it got to its verification step. Okay, test. And then you see it doing its thing there. And then I want it to go to the next step. Choose a photo. See, it clicks the photo. What's it doing? And see, it's clicking here itself. It's reproducing the bug. It says saved entry. So it didn't actually verify that the choose photo shows up like a photo picker. So you lied to me because when you are selecting choose photo, you didn't verify that there's a photo picker that comes up and select a photo to input it. And that's the problem that I'm actually having. So you have not fixed the issue at all. Oh my gosh. So there's a problem because like the model that they're using underneath the hood is doing a bunch of verification steps, right? So we're seeing the model itself doing the clicking, and it's going over to hit the like submit button. So there's a hole in its testing. It didn't actually put the image in because it probably doesn't have access to images. But it also is not smart enough to know that there should be a modal that comes up to do like that type of thing to fix the images. Also, what I don't really understand is I submitted this to the agent to continue to work, but I don't see the conversation continuing. It just kind of stops here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see it. Oh man. We're still in the build, right? Yeah. It's not working. You lied to me. Reminds me of Replit deleting someone's database of data. Oh man. This is such an L right now. What? What happened to my request? Awaiting for a response. I'm continuing the chat. Like, where did we go? So I'm lucky I have whisper flow because I have everything dictated. I could just copy it and then I just paste it back in and just say go. Right? Oh man, this is bad. Hmm. Okay. Replit confirms that AI won't take your job. Oh man, I want this to work. You know, I really, really do. And that's why I'm doing this stream. Like, I'm not paid by them. I'm not whatever. I want this to work. I want an agent to take over a lot of these parts of my life, like this type of testing that I'm doing, these types of instructions. And I want it to work autonomously, just like what's going on here, right? And so, like, the fact that the promise was really big from the video saying like it's going to be able to do all these types of things. They've vibe coded all these apps, but I feel like I've been deceived again. I feel like there were a lot of issues probably that weren't displayed because they were doing a live stream, and then even the live stream, all the apps were already built, right? And like the videos that I've been watching on YouTube so far have only shown like pre-built apps, and they haven't really shown like going from zero prompt to like doing the full-fledged app, and then each step along the way, right? They're not showing you how much money it costs, right? Every turn that I'm doing, every bug that I'm helping them fix is 50 cents, right? And I only have $25 worth of credit, so it cost me $2 to make the app, and it's like gaslighting me every time. So it's already basically taken $2 worth of my money, plus whatever other things saying, hey, I'm still working on your app. And I'm not even sure at this point whether it's going to be able to make it across the other side. And I feel like that's just, I mean, there's a lot of bugs to fix, and I get it that this is like still, beta or early access. And it's the reason why I do these live streams, because I think you have to know what, like, how good these things are, and we have to see it firsthand, like making something simple. I haven't even got to stage 2, which is my stage 2 app was going to be like, let's see if I can hook this up to an API, have it like create an XJS app to do some really cool stuff with like uploading an image, understanding what's in that image using the Mistral API, and then sending that back up to a text and writing to a database. So it's very similar to this puppy app, but it's actually in a different realm where we're uploading PDFs and we're waiting for an API call to come back down. And to be honest, I'm curious to try it, but I'm not very confident that it's going to work this way. So, oh man, this is rough. Hey Josh, how's it going, man? Oh, this is so rough right now. Tyler, don't specifically specify the base model, the higher thinking models opus, they say. Yeah, I don't know. Is Claude the base model? Claude loves gaslighting. I mean, the personality right now is showing to me as Claude. So TLDR is still not ready for prime time. Zanny, I think if you have a Replit account, if you're already spending 25 bucks a month, like obviously go burn through the 25 bucks because it's not going to cost you anything. But if you don't have that, right now it's still very, very early. And this is only one of 3 things, by the way. So, I mean, they also offer automations and things like that. So according to the press release here, It says like they also app testing, test, fix, retest. So beyond the app making, which is what we're struggling with, and the agent running, besides that, they actually have this automate, delegate, accelerate. So this other agent that they have is supposed to have a connection piece to like your Slack bots and also like Telegram bots and stuff like that. So create an automation that will do a daily stock portfolio update to your inbox, or a Slack bot, like enter a prompt to build an agent and then build the bot. They have one here where like you can actually go to like the data connectors and have it go to your email and grab stuff from your email. And I'm not sure if it does it via an MCP or like a Google connection. So that's something that I have not yet looked at, by the way. So we're only looking at the app development side of things, which is kind of what I usually do. You know, it's like, hey, if this agent's really good, but there's a whole nother aspect to this feature, because Agent 3 was kind of this big mega feature that they've launched. You know, it's an app builder, it's like an automation thing. And so it could be that those behaviors work better than what's here. And, you know, right now the perspective, you know, that I'm saying is like, you know, this specific agent for writing software to build a basic app is really needs a lot more work. And it's in this current state right now, September 10th at 4:11 p.m. in Hawaii, it's not fixing basic bugs, which I find really extremely disappointing. So let's just see how V0 is doing, to be honest. I haven't even checked in on this guy. Uh, and so like here's a basic app, timeline, milestones. See, like it already completed these types of things here for me. Add today's entry, enter the weight, 2.5 pounds. This doesn't have a database connected to it, by the way. I can choose a photo if I wanted to. It doesn't let me do that. Oh, it does. Oh, okay. So let's just say Replit Agent V1. Okay. Okay. V0. Milestone. Oh, walked downstairs for the first time. By the way, this is working really nicely. Notes and observations. How's your puppy doing today? She is adorable. Oh my God. Okay, so save entry. Boom! Timeline. This is hot. Milestones. Growth charts. You need more than at least. Bro, this is fire. Look at this one shot, bro. This is what I was hoping Replit Agent would be. Oh my God. How much did this cost, V0? Like, did it, I had $25, right? Does it tell me? Like, yeah, that cost me 75 cents. In one shot with V0 is 75 cents. You tell me. Yeah, I mean, chat, like, light it up right now. V0 or Replit Agent, right? Like, who are you guys rolling with right now? So I did the same exact prompt in V0, and we got the app. It wanted to connect to Supabase. And I was like, oh, I don't have a Supabase account configured. Let's just kind of configure that later. And then it just did all the stuff in the UI with V0, 75 cents, right? And granted, it's a different like path altogether, but the feature is fully fleshed out already in V0 and it only cost me 75 cents. Replit Agent cost me $2. And with those $2, it did connect it to a database, we think. And it doesn't have those other features like the timeline, the milestones. They are there in the tabs. When I select the tabs in Replit Agent's version, it doesn't actually show us any information or doesn't even kind of do it together. And you know, and then we've gone to like 3 iterations of bug fixes. So we've spent $1.50 more, like almost the same cost it costs to build this app to try to fix a bug, which is basically uploading a photo for a button or making sure that the data entry fields actually work together like they're supposed to. And it doesn't really understand that. And I felt like, yeah, I'm already almost burned $4, where with V0, oh my God, this is crazy. How do they, wait, no, hold on. Is it, yeah. Well, this is crazy right now. I, how do y'all do this? This is ridiculous. Because it just, I didn't prompt it. It just took my one prompt. It thought for 6 seconds. It did all this. It generated the design inspiration. It planned the puppy tracker. It then explored the code base further. And then I could see a fresh Next.js project. It built a daily log system. It created an entry system for that. It built a gallery. It just went to town. Oh my goodness. And then Like I can add another one. I could say dashboard. Let's go ahead and create another entry, right? So dashboard, today's entry. Oh, this is just for today's date. Okay. And I can just say, I want to be able to make multiple entries for the day because sometimes she does cute stuff. And then I just let it do its thing. Oh, let's go back over here. You think this works, fam? Oh, man. Yeah. V0 cook for sure. Oh my God. Replits need to purchase V0 plan. Bro, V0 all day right now. Right now. How did we reach out to pitch you on becoming a co-founder with us? I don't know. Get into my Discord. Let's cook. Wait until V0 decides to release a desktop. It's gonna be over, bro. Damn. V0 dropped another vibe coding tool that is dope. I forgot what it's called. I think it's this one secret I can't leak. What? Okay. Let's see. Okay, so what happened here? I'm just curious, following back up on Replit, photo upload form test. It says, I need your help with the following tasks. The test agent is blocked because Playwright cannot find a local image to supply the file chooser. Please do one of the following. Upload a test image in the runner workspace and another path. Or option B, paste the URL base64 encoded. Oh my God. Once you provided the base64, reply with base64 string. Can I just do it in my own browser, agents? Photo uploaded successfully. Oh my God. But then it doesn't let me enter the weight information. So begin takeover? Acknowledge and begin. So this says your agent needs help doing the following task. So upload a test image to path temp test. And then, so I have to call it this type of thing or choose or a path you choose. Okay, so acknowledge and begin. Only use CD info. Okay. So it's now asking me to take over this app inside of this container. I'm clicking around and nothing happens. God, this is... See, I'm clicking here and nothing happens. So Replit is asking me to take over, and when I click choose photo, nothing happens. Oh, wow. Okay, so now what do I do? Mark take over complete. I couldn't complete the task. So how do I go back to tell it that something's wrong? I can't. I can't even like do the first request. Like, how do I get this file in here? Because as soon as I hit skip test, it's going to skip it and it's going to say mark it as complete. It's not complete though. That's the problem. Oh, oh, this is so painful. Why? Oh. I hit skip. I'm going to try to minimize this. So can we just stop this thing? So I'm not able to select the photo in that temporary environment that you gave me. And in the current environment with the latest code changes, when I hit choose photo, it says upload photo complete, but it doesn't allow me to enter the weight entry. So the problem here is around the weight entry space and the photo combined because it's supposed to be one thing. And so this says it did 12 minutes of work. So is it billing me per minute? $1.69 for this bug fix, which it didn't fix the bug. Bruh, bruh, this is rough right now. So I think I know what's going on. Replit is charging me to keep that container up, right? It cost me $1.69. I don't think we did barely any code changes. And so the fact that I was trying to understand what was going around, they were basically billing me for that entire time frame, even though nothing was fixed. And I feel like that's extremely disingenuous because it's not the right experience for someone who's like vibe coding. And I don't want to have to understand how your billing detail works to use your app. I should just be able to accomplish the task and all that stuff should just kind of be handled in the background. Um, so that's one part of it. The second part of it is the fact that like, because the agent thinks it's smart, it's gaslighting me now. Like the problem's on me when it's never really should be on me, right? Like you're providing a service, which is an agent service to help deliver my idea. And the fact that I keep trying this more over and over again and keep hitting the wall, and then now having to try to work around it, and you're offering up this extra service, it's like, to me, it feels like the waiter at your restaurant just like dropped some like glass and like it just broke onto the table. Not only is my shirt dirty, but they're just saying, hey, if you want to clean up your shirt, we can do that for you. Let us just take your shirt. They come back and they give me the bill for like $50 to clean my shirt. I'm like, bro, your waiter dropped it on me, bro. Like, what the hell? Why are you charging me for this? It's like, oh, but like, the glass got in my skin. It's like, oh, let me fix that for you. Oh, by the way, that's another $5. I'm like, bro, like you're responsible for this. I'm in your restaurant. You're providing the service. I still didn't get the service I wanted. Like my food is still somewhere coming, right? Like that's kind of the way I feel right now with this whole experience. Is like, I want a simple app, and the app got started, which was really like exciting. The second part of it is just like the bug fixing. So the biggest opportunity right now is in just fixing all these bugs and making sure that that bug fixing experience can work well, because it's really clear to me that just fixing a simple button, like I just want to tap this button and upload a photo, like we're going down this regression hell where like sometimes it'll work, but then maybe the next change I do will make it not work anymore, right? Or I fix something else in the app and then something else is broken again. And I feel like Claude Code, if I just use that or use Cursor, it would immediately know what to do without having to go through all this song and dance. And the fact that I get billed for the uptime for that, like, and to fix that bug for whatever the price was, $1.40, is really inefficient. Where I went to V0, gave it that same exact prompt, and it outputted this app fully featured, right? Without a database. I can pop in a database probably, and it won't even cost me that much. And I mean, I do not recommend this app for people who are getting started with vibe coding, because generating an app right now is really, really painful. And then fixing the bugs will cost you a lot of money. So then you're getting billed for this experience that I feel like should be really straightforward and very simple. And I definitely don't think it's me. I like, for those who don't know, like I used to be an engineer at Apple, and I worked on these crazy systems, like really low level stuff to very high level things. And I've been vibe coding since the beginnings of this. So August in 2023, my videos went viral for teaching people how I use Cursor V0 to make some apps. And like, I'm basically the first person who vibe coded like live on YouTube, saying, like, this is how I build apps. And we built the transcriber app. We build all kinds of apps live. And I have a lot of experience using these platforms. And I have my favorite ones that I like to go back to because they're so reliable, but they also don't gaslight me and bill me for these types of things. And yeah, I'm extremely disappointed in this one. I was hoping for a lot because the promise was really high, but yeah, this is not really like a good vibe right now. And so yeah, I'm just really shocked, actually, more than anything. Like that it kind of doesn't perform so well. So here's V0, right? So V0, I said I want to be able to add another entry, and then I went back in and basically it says, cool, I see that the current logic only allows one entry per day. I need to modify this to do it. And like V0 just got this first try, and we can add another entry saying, whatever the weight was, like 2.5, and no other things that I wanted to just save entry, and I just want a different entry, right? Just like another weight entry. And now I have two entries here, and then I have like the timeline fully fleshed out, right? Shows the timeline. I have milestones, and then and now I have a comparison chart that's just fully featured, bro. Like crazy, right? V0 cooks. Oh my god, this is what I was wanting from the Agent 3. Yeah, V0. Is the V0 what you would recommend people looking to build app with prompts? 1000%. 1000%. V0, it costs $25, but the output quality is really, really good. And like, I've designed a lot of stuff with V0. I really like it. Here's like a live stream site I just did. for my live streams because I want to make a site for live streams and stuff. And it cooks super hard. Like as far as design, because it uses like all the design systems from ShadCN. It kind of pulls together so many different pieces of intelligence together that you're really just kind of like flying when you're cooking with V0. So this is I'm gonna try to open this one in a new tab, but I'll show you some other ones that I did too. Like I think it was like a liquid glass. I've worked on a lot of different experiments here. Like I've given it some design experience. I think it's spinning up some containers right now. I was playing around with like a TBPN style, like liquid glass thing. Here's like a waitlist thing. And then I don't think this other one's going to show up. I think. Oh, it wants me to do this one. Let's see. I did one from like I wanted to basically make a web app um, to do like image editing. So I want to like this, I was using this one to actually before Nano Banana, I was going to use for GPT-5 or the GPT image model. And so you would basically do these types of enhancements to the actual image editing. And then I was also going to do one so like if you want to upload multiple images, for example, like if you want to add like combine images, you can like choose image 1 and like you could choose like image 2. All of this I built with V0, right? Just like in one prompt, but you can take existing prompts and then flip them, right? And then when you're done with managing the images, now you have one thing you can prompt and say, I want to, do something like this, or do some cool stuff with some presets, and you can do combine images, and it would basically just do the combining of all of them. Obviously, this is not hooked up to an API, but this is kind of what you started. There's a lot of really good stuff that's already built in. I'm not sponsored by these people, by the way, as well. So it's like, I feel like a lot of these things are just, some of my experiences that I have. I took this is called BAUS, design, Brutalism Design System. You can take an existing design like this and prompt it that you want something else or something different. And it will do that for you, which is really cool. So I think this is just having trouble loading my current thing. Intuitive OCR. So yeah, that's kind of, let's see, this is our current puppy growth tracker, so that's what's up. V0 has a very good reason to make a good product. It flows into Vercel hosting, so you have the double incentive V0 grade, double Lincoln streams. I also think the framework level is just so good that they pretty much nail it. If the price of Discord changes, does it change for new members only or everyone who's paying for access? So people who get into the Discord at the current rate will stay at that level. And so existing members will stay at the $6.99 for the first 100 people. And then if you cancel and want to come back later, you're going to get the newer price, whatever the price is at the time. Right now, to get in the Discord, it's $14.99 until I hit that 200 member threshold. Then it's going to double from there. So you basically just get to lock in that. So very cool stream. Yeah. Replit is 25 bucks too. So if I ended up paying 50 bucks every month, going to definitely make the switch. Crazy, you made all those apps with one prompt. Yeah, man. Like a lot of these in V0, it's pretty much just one prompt. Yeah, that's what's up. I'm not in your Discord community. When I subscribed for membership, I forgot to open it. Les, go ahead and send me the information. I have a list of my first 100 members. I think you may be in there, and I'll send you a special link for you to get in. So not. No, you got it wrong. They give you a rip shirt and charge for cleaning, bro. This is regards to the thing. I used Replit a couple times. It's terrible. Oh man. Okay. Oh, I see, for the API. Agent 3 Casino. This is kind of what it feels like. You're on the clock. Okay. Oh man. Yeah. So wait, Josh, what is this? OSS vibe coding platform? I'm gonna just type this in. It better not be spam, bro. https://oss vibe coding platform.vercel.app. This is a demo of an end-to-end coding platform where the user can enter text prompts and the agent will create a full stack app. It uses Vercel's AI cloud and services like Sandbox for secure execution AI gateway. Bro, try the demo and deploy your own. So like literally create a Next.js app that allows to list and search Pokemons. This is crazy, bro. Are you kidding me? Like I can use the sauce that V0 has in this type of thing to generate my own like code sandbox and everything. Bro, this is nuts. This is absolutely bonkers. So let's just generate this Next.js app that allows us to search, list and search Pokemons. So it's going to use GPT-5. This is fire, bro. How are you coming in with this heat right now? I worked on this. If it breaks, I'm sorry. Give it a go. Okay, we posted if you want to have a go. Dang, bro. What is this, bro? This live stream's crazy. This live stream is like so fire right now. Y'all coming through with the different connects. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, all right. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to keep burning money on this app. Like, I already have the app in V0. Like, why do I want to continue with agents? So the first one we looked at was just, for those who are just wondering if you're just coming into the stream right now, Replit has an agent, and it's called Agent 3, and it's supposed to make, launch, and scale your apps. And you get full Replit agent access for 25 bucks a month. And then you can, basically get access to these models as well, so you could deploy and do that type of stuff. And so the thing of that, I guess, agents is supposed to solve for the new Agent 3 are not only is it doing code, but it's supposed to run for like a long period of time, and it's supposed to, basically, what else do they have here? This is part of their keynote. So this says that the agents can actually test themselves if they wanted to, and then you can actually interfere or go into testing the app, and the agent can actually build agents for other agents. So we did not take a look at this one yet today, and I probably won't today because I think that's going to be probably a whole different stream. But you should be able to basically make an agent and connect it to different other agents and say, fetch the market data and then send me an email via the market summary, via this playground. I don't know when building an agent. So how do we get to this? For the first time agent, just select agents and automations option. So let me just go to Replit. Let's just see if we can kind of quickly do this. I want to just see if I can do their advertise. So agents and automations beta. So this is the thing that's in beta, not the coding one. Really? Slack message. Let's do Slack message. Why not? Describe the idea you want to build. I want to build an agent that will ping me when there is a new AI model release from OpenAI, Anthropic, or any major platform, major front lab. Okay, so let's just see how good it is at this. I'm trying to give it a go. I have $25 that I spent my own money on, and I spent like, I don't know, like $5 on it, trying to basically ship an app that is totally broken and fix bugs and stuff like that. But I'm trying to see if I can actually leverage this automation thing. So we'll see what's up. I'll just up your Discord. Hey man, thank you so much. Damn, I'm glad I've joined. Yeah. Use the same puppy prompt. Oh, I think I'll do that for sure for the vibe coding one. But I'm just gonna see how this automation does with um with Replit. So this is part of their automation thing that they're talking about. So this is now saying the same thing, but that's not what it said it should do. It says if you go into Agents Automations beta, we said select message, and we should be able to get into this view. So I don't understand why it's not doing that, right? I mean, y'all saw me do this, right? Replit, if you're seeing this, you need to refund Ray, bro. Oh, man, this is rough. Okay. So Slack triggered events, OpenAI Anthropic models, automations. Okay, so I don't unavailable. So just build the entire app. So I don't know if I want to build the app. I just wanted to do that automation thing that it was promising because that's what I selected, right? Am I tripping? Like, right? If I go back, like that's what I selected, right? I don't, bruh. This is rough right now. So I said Slack message, right? I want a Slack message. I want to do this. Start, right? Oh, oh, okay. So it doesn't seem to understand, like, the interface for building that stuff didn't really make any sense to me, you know? Like, because I'm doing this automation. Oh man, this is rough. That's what I was telling you. Oh man. Yeah. Hi Ray, I'm paying every month $200 to Claude Code, but I still everything spending my time fixed bad code. Replit is good for me. Curious, Ayan, like what are you building right now? If Replit is good for you, and then also like, yeah, I'm just curious, like what your stack is and everything. Yeah. Okay, so this is still doing, it says app type is agents and automations. So I think what's not really clear to me is because I had such a bad experience using the build entire app, and that's the only option I have right now, is that I'm kind of jaded right now. It's like, do I want to continue to go down this path? And it's like I thought I would get a different interface, because in the actual announcement or whatever thing I was reading through, they show me a whole different platform that shows up with these little drop downs and stuff like that. But it looks like this app type shows agents and automations, which is not really obvious to me. And I've created a feature list. If everything looks good, we can start creating. I'm just going to go ahead and go here and start building. Oh, oh. Building this stuff is really hard. I totally get it. But like as a user, I feel like I've been sold something that like is supposed to work for my first experience, and it just left such a sour taste. I don't even want to continue, right? But I'm trying this other feature that's built into it, and I'm hoping this will kind of yield a better result, if you know what I mean. Because right now it just says agent testing environment. So this is like the different view that we're talking about here. And I'm just gonna get rid of this here. Uh, and then this has a graph view as well. Okay, so we're gonna see what's going on. So what else is showing up here? Slackbot that responds to commands. So it's now creating a database, and agent plan monitoring release workflow 7 seconds. Found OpenAI key. Okay. I already had a key saved in my secrets. Requesting missing API key, which is what? Okay. Continue. So we pulled the OpenAI key from my secrets, and I already had an OpenAI key from a different app that I did a long time ago. And it's going to do its thing here. So this costs 20 cents. Okay. Graph. I don't know what's going on. Check system logs. Database is what? Development database. What's going on here? Master evals. My data? What does it have in here? Nothing, huh? I have no clue what this is. Is this all of the stuff from the puppy app? I'm just really curious. Oops, playground. Okay. Oh, this is the database stuff it created. So, okay, so it's going to do its own thing here. Let's go back to that vibe coding thing. Oh my goodness, bro. What the heck? I have an app already, bro? Oh, no way, bro. Pikachu. Search? Bro. Oh my god, bro. Powered by Pokedex API. This is crazy. Okay, so this is called an open source vibe coding platform. I can launch this under my name. I could say Ray Fernando's vibe coding platform, and I can already have something that's like on the level of like agents. It's using GPT-5. Oh, I can use Kimi K2? Let's go. Bro, GPT-5 cooks. Higher effort level. With GPT-5, you can request higher reasoning effort. Oh my goodness, bro. This is crazy. So what is this? It's a demo of an end-to-end coding platform where the user can enter text prompts and the agent will create a full stack app. So Vercel offers cloud services like a sandbox for secure code execution. So basically I get my own version of V0 that's in its own platform right here. And your boy Josh like gave us that sauce to go to this OSS vibe coding platform .vercel app. Holy guacamole. Oh my goodness, bro. This is ridiculous. And it has a whole file system that's built in with all the code in here. Bro, how are you even doing this? Oh man, this is crazy. Yeah, it cooks. Oh, you can just put credits in there and it's better than Replit. Hey Ray, what software do you use for streaming? I use Ecamm Live. I do have a referral link, so I'll see if I can drop that in the description for sure for you guys to go and play. I think I have it in my dub.sh. Let me see if I can find that because I need to get you that link. Let's see. I think it's called Ecamm. Ecamm. No, I don't have the thing here. Okay, so I'll have to get you a referral link for that so that I can do the thing. Yeah, Josh Cook, man. Josh, like, so this app is something that basically was running in my instance in my own like Vercel environment that it used. Like, this is my own. Like, this is crazy, bro. So I can just clone this template and just start cooking. So I can like for example, if I wanted to make my own Nano Banana app generator, I can basically use this template and then have like very specific prompts for like a Nano Banana generator app. And so if I wanted to just say this vibe coding platform is only to make Nano Banana apps, I can like hard code a lot of these types of things and say like use my, Ray Fernando's Nano Banana. And then all you would do is like generate like really cool apps just based off of that. I think Josh, you're onto something with this. That is so genius. Damn, this is a vibe. Man, I love this stream, man. Y'all are cooking with this right here. So yeah, you could very easily. Replit, who bro, shots fired right now, bro. Coming into the stream, like I'll be adding images support soon. Please do. Yup. And it's in their GitHub. Sheesh, bro. Okay. All right. So let's just kind of quickly wrap up this whole stream, bro. This is just invite Josh to your stream. Oh yeah. Hey Josh, if you need to roll, like you need to, as soon as you get that image support on the stream, you need to roll through and we need to do a stream where I cook live. And like, I want you to talk about the platform because I want to learn more about this. I want to learn like, how is it that you're getting this code and like putting it in and making it available for everyone? And then two, how can I actually implement that like Nano Banana like app generator, right? So I want people to come in and just like either use their voice or just type in a prompt and say, I want to generate XYZ. And it will already have the Nano Banana stuff hooked up. So that way they're not having to waste tokens getting that set up. And I just want people to get really creative with like making apps around Nano Banana. And like, I feel like this is what Gemini should have done. They should have just made a generic template app launcher. But basically, I want to make it like V0, but just for Nano Banana, like image generation. And I hope that the AI SDK gets support for like image editing. So that way it just makes it way easier to do a lot of the debugging as well. So yeah, I guess there's a lot of work for y'all to do, but I'm asking a lot and I hope that that works well. So yeah, shout out to Hiplesko. He started everything and he's amazing. Wow. You should have starter kits for popular apps and cuts down the token usage. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, sure thing. We can cook a Nano Banana version live. Yeah, that'd be so fire, man. All right, let's go quickly back because I got to head on out soon and kind of wrap up the stream and see how we are doing here. So with Replit, we're testing the second feature, which is the ability to like use an agent tool. And I wanted to see if it can actually monitor like the latest releases. Because whenever OpenAI drops a new model, something's being tested, maybe in an LM Arena or something like that, I want this thing to be able to pick it up and send me a Slack message. And it's currently still working through this type of thing. And I'm not exactly sure kind of what's going on. So it looks like the agent tools here, Anthropic true, include other labs true. And I think it's just still working. So the logs show that the agent is working perfectly and the agent successfully called the monitoring tool. So to ensure that provide feedback on the functionality. So how does it know that the agent is doing its thing? Okay, so there's still more tasks here. Test the agent watcher tool, create AI agent with memory, test the agent playground, create a Slack tool for messages. Okay, so this looks like it creates its own agent playground to understand like the data that you're sending in and out of that. So, okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Oh man. Already on the to-do for the AI SDK. Let's go. I missed the stream. Is Replit really 10x more autonomous? Harris. Who wants to tell Harris right now what the real what really went down? I want someone to drop in the comments like uh I'll give you a quick TLDR right now. So I basically made like I was gonna test 3 different apps. I was like, this thing is gonna be cooking, it's gonna be rolling super fast, and we'd be like going through the sauce right now. I wanted to make a basic puppy tracker app to keep track of my puppy as it continues to grow and gain weight. And so all we do is just take a photo and then insert the weight, and it would just keep track of the progress. And that's all I really wanted. It then got super fancy. It's like, hey, let's go ahead and create a timeline. Let's create photos. Let's create stats. And I'll do this all this really good stuff. So then when we started to actually input the information, it didn't let us input the information. And that was like the first bug. So we told it to fix it. So first of all, it cost $2 to generate the app. And then it cost me 50 cents to fix it. And then once I try to fix that app, whenever I try to like upload a photo, it wouldn't let me upload a photo unless the weight was input. And so whenever I input the weight, it would automatically submit the information and not let me upload the photo. So we then spent another like 50 cents basically to fix that. And then ever since then, anytime I try to do anything with choosing photo, it doesn't let me like actually, when I select the photo and I upload it, it uploads the photo and then gets rid of all the information. So I can't submit the weight. So then I try to fix that and it costs another 50 cents and it didn't fix it. And then it's, like I keep hitting these regressions on just getting some basic functionality to work. And so while that was trying to run around its loop and do its thing, I went over to V0 and I just said, with the same exact prompt, it came back and it's like, hey, do you want to install Supabase? I was like, no, not right now. I don't have it configured. And it one-shotted the entire app, including time load, mile signs, growth charts, and everything. Did this whole thing here with like getting the photos, putting the card in, adding multiple entries. If I could do 3 pounds, I hit save entry, and like, I enter 3. And like it has this type of thing there, now has charts and stuff in there built in, like in basically 2 shots, and it cost me like less than $1, bro. Like less than $1 for this in V0? Sheesh, bro. Like, and it works, right? And to set up the database is probably going to cost me less than like the $5 plus that I spent to get here, and it's not even really working. And so the other thing that we discovered is that you're getting charged to fix the bug whenever the agent is currently running its little window to show like the web browser. And so I got charged for reading through all this information on the web browser and how it works and how we're supposed to give it some information. So the information it gave me is like, hey, can you upload an image or run this command to try to like unblock the agent? And when you actually accept and continue, I don't have access to the chat, so I can't give it the information that it needs, or I can't give it feedback to say, this isn't working, can we try this again? So then that whole thing finished, and it almost cost me $2 because I was sitting there reading, trying to figure out what's going on. And that was just a really, really, really bad experience. So the metaphor I used there was like, imagine going to a restaurant and you place an order and then the server basically drops a bunch of food on you and everything, and then your shirt gets dirty. And then they just take the shirt and they clean it for you and they bring it back and it's still stained. But they're saying, hey, yeah, by the way, the bill is like $50 to clean your shirt. And you're like, bro, it's your problem, right? So like the platform is offering the service and the service is like not really that good, has a lot of issues, and on top of that they're charging me like everything along the way, and it's not even working for me, and it still hasn't solved the original problem. Where we tried V0 at the same time, in one shot it figured it out. And this is the type of thing I get like when I use Cursor. If I just tell Cursor fix this bug, it goes and fixes it and I don't really have a problem. So like that's the like high level, long story short of what's basically has happened over the last hour and a half. I'm going to have timestamps. So if you're going to watch this back on YouTube, you're going to be able to go back and select the different timestamps, and you're going to see what's pretty much transpired throughout this whole thing. And yeah, as of now, would I recommend Agent 3? No, definitely not. I would recommend, checking out V0. V0 freaking fire. How fast you can cook with V0. As far as like the agent autonomous thing, that's something I'm still testing out and it's still running in the background. I don't have a lot of confidence after my first experience with this, and this is not really a good thing to have a first experience with. And I'm also really curious to see like other people who built with this stuff. Like, I feel like these problems probably were there from the get-go, and they just didn't really show them in the videos that I saw on YouTube. And so that's kind of why I do this live streaming. If you're liking this type of stuff, I'm still very hopeful for the company of Replit. I don't think like this is the end. I feel like this is the beginning of them trying to go for this like bigger mission of like trying to do this autonomous thing, take over work and so forth and that. But just from setting up some basic things, it's just really, really hard to do at this present time, September 10th, 4:50 p.m. here in Hawaii. So this story can change next week. This story can change next month. I've been hoping for these changes over Agent, when Agent first started to the second version to now the third version. And, they've fixed a lot of bugs and stuff along the way. That's not to discount how far they've gotten so far. But I feel like there's still a lot of room, especially when there are other competitors in the space, and those competitors have like pretty much taken huge leaps and are getting the results that I really want. So that's kind of the high level summary for those who are just tuning in. I just use V0 and Lovable the most. Thank you for the TLDR. Yeah. You should make a website for your members to view their benefits and live streams and videos. That's the goal. That's okay. That's why I got this thing. I was like, okay, finally I can get something to get me towards that type of thing. Because the next thing I was going to do was hook this up to Polar and have that whole thing kind of, basically loop back and say, can you sync with my members from Polar? Can you do this type of thing? But I'm having so much trouble with this agent that it's just like, I might as well just go back to V0. I'm just going to do that thing there and just get it all done in one shot. So I think that's going to be the best thing. I use a Mac Air when I try to stream Ecamm live, cooking stuff, Mac heats up. Any suggestions? So Virat, if you want to get into the Discord, I think that I can have a nice Discord discussion with you there. It's probably the best way to do that. So don't expose Replit. You're going to get charged another 50 cents, bro. Stop, bro. Stop it right now. Stop. 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 Yo, that sounds fire. I love how honest you are, Ray. Bro, I mean, if you're from Replit, like, hit me up. Like, I'm down to test this stuff. Like, I'm down to test this live. I'm down to whatever. Like, this feed, I want you to be successful. I want this to work. That's why I use this. That's why I paid my own money, because I want this to work, right? Like, I want an agent to go find all the stuff, like all the tasks that I'm doing right now. I'm one person, right? I'm live streaming. I'm like, doing the AI coding. I'm making my own apps. I got members. Like, I got a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. I want my emails to be automated. I want a whole bunch of things that I'm currently doing, like in Claude Code. I'm writing scripts. I'm making short form content. Like, I have a whole bunch of stuff in Notion that I want to pull in together with the agent. I want this agent to really work. And I'm actually rooting for them. Like, I want this to work. I want everyone to be successful, because I do feel that AI is like here right now. And it's like we're so early on this. And it just needs to be tuned to make it work, if you know what I mean. And there are already some good examples of companies doing that already. So like, I'm actually rooting for them. Like, I'm not really trying to put anything down, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's what's up. All right, fam, I got to roll out. And hopefully you found this really helpful. Share this with a friend. If they're looking to see if they want to try out the Agent 3, you can send them this video. It's going to be super helpful. I have the links for the Discord going to be in the descriptions. Also, if you want to check that out as well. It's just $14.99 before I get my 200 members, and it keeps going up for there. Helps support the channel, and that's kind of what we're rolling with. I like to do live stream and check out these different products, and I'll be checking this and a bunch of other things out in the future. Josh, if you're watching from V0, like, let's get you on the stream. Let's go ahead and start cooking when you get that new feature release, because I want to, I'm passionate about these types of things. I love AI coding. And I used to be an engineer at Apple, so I think it's really fun to be able to test these products live and kind of give you my raw opinion. And you get to see me kind of burn through my own money testing this stuff. So everyone who actually pays for membership actually helps me test these products, right? So I'm using that money to roll into buy gear, to make the audio sound really good and stuff like that. So this is me testing my new setup. I want to take you through a little bit of kind of what it's looking like here in Hawaii. I can kind of show you what it's looking like outside. Let's see if I can kind of show you this. You probably won't be able to see much, because I forgot I need to adjust the actual aperture and stuff. But yeah, this is what we're doing. We're rolling like this. My next live stream, I want to see if I can do it from a beach, which would be super fire. So I'm actually testing like this equipment out right now. I have the wireless mic. I have some noise cancellation. So I'll show you what this sounds like without the noise cancellation. And you'll actually kind of get to hear like the actual sound of the house. So like you'll hear the refrigerator and everything. So noise cancellation is a big deal. And having that professional sound is really good, especially when you're on the beach when it's like really windy and stuff. And so I think I have the right equipment for this. I have this camera, and then I have this other camera here for the live streams, because I want to vibe code on the beach, literally with you, and like we're just going to be chilling, and you're going to see the ocean behind me. and we'll be like vibe coding apps and stuff like that. So that's the goal. I want to basically be able to do that live. And then I also want to talk to people live, right? Like I want people to roll through live and kind of like, hang out at the beach. So that's going to be coming. I'm here in Hawaii for about like 3 months. And then I'll also be at the OpenAI Dev Day, October 6th. So if you're going to be at the OpenAI Dev Day, let me know. I'm going to bring my live streaming equipment as well. So we're going to pull up with this equipment and try to see if we can talk to some people, see if we can meet Johnny Ive. Johnny Ive's supposed to be there. Reconnect with my old friends from the design team. That'd be really fun. And yeah, that'd be kind of really great. So, all right, y'all. It won't be AI generated, by the way. My guy. My guy. Yeah, yeah. Josh, hit me up on the DMs. I got you. All right, take it out. Take it easy, y'all.